Breakroom.
Hello!
Hi.
Whoa, you don't gotta scream it too,
No?
Jesus.
Okay, it's working again.
Yeah, that's better.
Welcome to another exciting mini show from Breakroom Bullshit.
This is our comic one.
Yep, this one's gonna go over this week's comics and last week's. We got.
How many comics do you have?
We got a lot of titles this week.
Holy shit!
I think now that we'll be recording weekly.
Are we recording until tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, it already is tomorrow.
I know. I mean,
even more tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Heavens to Betsy's child. That's a lot.
Yeah,
of
I'm
comics.
gonna try to move through these pretty quickly.
How many do you have?
I can cut two. I can cut two of these if need be.
We'll just see what happens.
Well, I think we'll be good.
Hey, spoiler, guys. He's gonna ruin all the comics. Just so you know.
Yeah, spoilers for everyone. So suck a dick.
He's a ruiner of things.
Yeah.
Did you tell them to go to subscribe? They're listening on YouTube. If they are, make sure they subscribe to our page, Breakroom BS.
Click down. I'm pointing down right now. Click down. Click. Yeah. See that subscribe? All right. Click it. Subscribe.
Trivial Pursuit Star Wars.
That's what. Oh.
One time, Brooks is a hardcore Star Wars fan, far more than I ever was, and he was bragging how he would always kick my ass. One time, I watched the original Star Wars trilogy, over and over, and memorized all of the trivial things about it, and I beat him in a game of it. I memorized all kinds of bullshit that was stupid.
Nice.
Okay, so make sure you guys also click our Instagram and Twitter and all that. Those links are on the YouTube channel. All right, we're gonna Gable.
Oh, I can start now.
Take it away.
Take it away.
Yeah, Gable.
All right. So this week we have a lot of exciting titles here.
You sound like you're talking to a kindergarten class.
Yeah. Talking down on everyone. How do you guys like that? Does it feel good? Do you like it?
They don't like it.
They don't like
They're
it.
offended. Does this say I don't know?
Yeah, it's really funny. So this week, first off, I'm gonna talk about Doomsday Clock issue number 3.
Doomsday Clock. Didn't we talk about this recent one?
That was issue number 2.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I meant the same series.
Yeah. This is.
I think it was the same issue, asshole.
Yeah, this is the event DC has going on where they're introducing or crossing over
Watchmen.
Watchmen.
I pay attention
with the normal DC universe. Let's see. Last issue we had Comedian was alive at the end. And
oh yeah, I remember you talking about that.
Yeah, some cool shit like that. This issue, you see them take. Do you remember the ship from Watchmen? Have you watched Watchmen? The movie? Yeah. Do you remember the flying owl ship? I think they called him Archie. Yeah, for
I don't remember.
Archimedes or whatever, whatever.
I don't remember.
It's the one that had the big flamethrower in it, or it was the scene where they broke up the riots with Comedian.
They like a bunch of tigers for pets or something.
Nah, no, that was Ozymandias. But anyway, so in this issue we have the Comedian. It shows how he got brought into the regular DCU. Manhattan, Dr. Manhattan pulled him out. It's weird how they pulled him out, though. Well, not weird, but I think cool. There's the moment at the beginning of the Watchmen graphic novel where the Comedian dies because he gets thrown out the fucking window. Later, you find out it's from Ozymandias. But they show that happen, the fight in the room, and then Comedian gets thrown out the window, and right as he's about to hit the ground, he splashes in the water because Manhattan pulled him into the DC universe.
Manhattan was already there?
Yeah, timeline wise, he's both ahead and always, I don't know. It's weird how Manhattan perceives time, and it's always been explained that he's
Is he non-linear?
Yeah.
I'm a genius.
There it is.
Yeah, thank you, Star Trek.
Yeah, so, so Manhattan pulled comedian into there, and, it's really funny to think how pissed off Alan Moore probably is, because Alan Moore hates, like, anything that touches any of his work.
Remember
like,
you mentioning that.
Yeah, Alan Moore just, like, he hates the Watchmen movie. He hasn't even seen it. He hates the V for Vendetta movie. He hasn't even seen it. He just hates any time his work gets touched by any degree.
Sounds like a hater.
Yeah. So,
they're gonna hate, you know?
But, I saw online a couple people already calling, predicting how the series is going to end, and it's going to end with him putting the comedian back in that spot so he can die. That way, the Watchmen comic can still happen exactly how it happens, and still it come full circle. Kind of like how in Terminator, it comes full circle.
You're an asshole.
It creates its own time loop there.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean, though?
Yeah, I don't understand how that makes any sense though. This makes more sense.
This makes more sense than Terminator?
Than the Terminator.
Okay.
I don't understand how can you be born whenever you weren't even fucking conceived yet, but whatever.
No, I didn't understand that. I thought it was cool still, but
it was cool, but it makes no sense.
There's been a lot of build for who Rorschach's character is, and he finally takes off the mask in this issue, and when he takes off the mask, you're like, who the fuck is this guy? He's just nobody.
Was it the Riddler?
No, it's just like some black guy, and
was it Black Lightning?
They show you some moments of him before the event happens in New York where like everyone dies, and I guess his parents died in that incident, so he has a tie to everything going on in that sense. Do you remember me talking about Mime and Marionette, the two characters who they're kind of hinting at are Joker's parents?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
Just agree with me, please.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
They have white face too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get to see them escape from the... they were kind of being... I don't want to say detained, but they were being looked after in the sense that... keeping them from doing something stupid. They were being looked after by Ozymandias. He was taking them to the DC universe with him for reasons we're not really sure of yet. We just know that he needed Marionette. But there's a really cool action sequence where they break free and they just go to a local bar, and it's a bar that's owned by Joker. Like all the goons are part of Joker's gang, and they just fuck shit up. They kill everyone in the fucking bar.
Rude.
Yeah. There was a scene in the first issue where they're escaping from a jail, and like a nuclear warhead's about to hit like the Watchmen universe, and Mime stops them on the way out because he has to get something from his personal locker. That, you know how they hold like prisoners' personal stuff. Well, they get to the locker, and it's just like his guns that he's pretending are there. So when they're in this bar scene and he takes out his invisible guns, the dude's fucking head explodes. It's a real gun.
Wait a minute. Here.
The invisible guns are real. So that was really cool. That was a really badass action scene.
I wonder if the guns drank any "You Can't See Me" soda by Pojo. But let's move on.
Well, you guys might hear about that eventually.
That sounds pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
So they like magic? I don't like what.
Dude, I don't know. I don't know the science behind it. It's crazy. It's badass though.
They have active camouflage.
Let's see. What else happens? Rorschach hands over. This Rorschach hands over the other Rorschach's journal. The journal was a big deal in the Watchmen comic because that's what got handed over to the newspapers, who then published it. Setting up the anarchy that came at the beginning of this series.
Anarchy rules.
Yeah. But after Batman reads it over, he's like, "All right, Rorschach, I'll take you to Dr. Manhattan," and he leads them into this jail cell that's at Arkham, and they step in there, and Batman steps out real quick and locks Rorschach.
Saw
in there.
that coming. What a dick!
And that's where it ends.
Was it predictable? Could you tell he was
No,
gonna do
I didn't know it was gonna happen.
I knew it was gonna happen as soon as you said they were going to Arkham. I was like, he's gonna leave him there.
You predict? Yeah, I got you.
What?
I was gonna ask what made you think that? Like, I don't know.
I'm like, because
like, why would Dr. Manhattan be in Arkham? That doesn't make any sense. And they even pretended to break in too.
What was the reason he said they were going to? Did you see Dr. Manhattan was there?
Yeah, he's like, oh, I'll lead you to Dr. Manhattan.
Okay.
There's
we just have to stop here on the way. It'll be cool.
The Watchmen comics have always been known for having like extra stuff, like newspaper clippings or ads from around that time at the back of the issue. This one was like a news story about the Superman theory, which is a theory that there's the U.S. It's the fact is that the U.S. has 97% of the metahumans. So the theory behind it is that the U.S. government experimented because of Superman, and it was something they reacted to. That's why there's so many metahumans that exist in the United States rather than in other countries.
That makes sense.
This one gets 8 Sparkle Dogs.
That's a lot of Sparkle Dog.
Yeah, I think that's probably the one I'm going to spend the most time on there. I'm not really going to get anywhere near as in depth as that one. Just had a lot of stuff going on in it.
Well, that took 18 minutes. That one.
Did it really?
No, not at all.
I was like, man, I feel bad now.
Why?
I don't know.
Our poor listeners have to listen longer.
All right, dude. I planned this so that it goes up and down with the ratings. All right.
Well, that's called a spoiler.
Yeah, spoilers.
Now they know this one's going to be lower.
Yes. So let's see. I got Detective Comics number 973. So this one I was really excited for. I think if you guys listened to the last podcast,
this was the one where it ended with the Clayface thing last time.
It ended with Clayface.
So you thought I didn't pay attention to anything you said.
You did. It ended with Clayface like being like a giant fucking kaiju monster, combined with the clay holodeck type thing. And I was really excited because I thought I was going to see some badass like kaiju type shit going on. But a lot of the time, one of my big complaints is like the panels would focus on like the off-screen action way too much. Like you would see Azrael and Batwing like working on like some cyber or like the fucking like Android fucking Batwing Android versions of Batwing to fight the Clayface, and there's like 10 Batwings flying around. Do you know what Batwing is?
Batwing's like the plane that Batman gets in, right?
No, it's like the black version of Batman.
Wait, the African American version?
Yeah, there's like a black version of Batman who's
he's
like
an android?
Yeah, he's very Tony Starkish. He's rich and he's smug and has a lot of tech.
He's a human.
Yeah.
Oh.
But he like made a bunch of suits that could like
control themselves?
Yeah.
Like how they did in Iron Man 3 kind of?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like they put so much like work into like explaining that scene that like I'm missing all like the on-scene action. Like the last issue, I went back and reread it before reading this. There's like this moment where Batman goes into Arkham and he's about to fight all the guards and he looks like fucking ripped, and it cuts away, and then later it comes back to all the guards being like beat up already, and like you just missed your action scene.
This sounds like the Godzilla movie, the new one, where every time they were about to fight, they're like, "Let's go look at something else," and then you see the aftermath.
Yeah. I mean,
that's dumb.
This was probably worse. Yeah, but you just got too much behind the scenes stuff throughout. I wanted them to focus on the action here, and yeah. And then even my bigger complaint about this is, so Clayface has been on the Detective Comics team here for like quite a while, probably at least a year since the Rebirth started. So he's been part of the team, and they just kind of took him off the fucking. They just kind of turned him heel so quickly in the last 2 issues. What?
You did it.
Yeah, thanks. But Batwoman was given like this gun by her dad that would kill Clayface. He's been her teammate for the last year in the comics, and she like in a second makes the decision she's going to kill him.
That's dumb.
And she killed him.
It's like what happened to the last year of like backstory
Yeah.
and emotion that should go into your like feelings for having and work with him and whatnot, working with him.
Yeah, and I was also I was complaining about this online with other people, and like someone else was like, "Well, Batwoman's been known to be a little more towards the murdery side, like been okay with killing anyway this whole time." I'm like,
yeah, that doesn't
I
matter.
don't give a fuck though, because they're teammates.
Like, okay, me killing some guy I never met and killing you are two different things, regardless of how I feel about killing.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter how you feel about killing.
Yeah, but I get, this one only gets 3 sparkle dogs.
Is it because of the disappointment?
Yeah, it just I got really excited for something. I'm a big fan of like kaiju and giant monster stories, so if you're gonna do it right. I don't know. I did dislike it so much that when I went in to pick up this annual issue of Detective Comics, I told them that I'm discontinuing my my pull on it, so I will no longer be continuing that series.
Oh my!
Yeah,
you're quitting it?
Yeah, I only picked up the annual one because I knew it was a one-off story. It was the origin for Clayface. Perfect segue right here.
Do you like feel great about having a collection of comics and it getting bigger and bigger? Does it make you hard?
Dude, it gets me happy.
Just thinking about like you having all these comics and constantly putting new ones in, it excites me.
Dude, every time I put one in, I'm like, yep, there's another one. A nice, beautiful cover.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great.
This is a great segue into the next one.
Yeah, the next one I'm going to review is the annual for Detective Comics.
What does that mean, the annual?
It is basically like a anniversary issue. I don't want to say anniversary, but like once a year they will put out a extra large or like a one-off story.
It's not connected to anything else?
Sometimes it sets up the next storyline. Sometimes it's just like it's one-off and just doesn't tie into anything. It's just a story of its own.
Yeah.
It varies. But this one gave a backstory for Clayface. It was a good emotional backstory for Clayface. It showed you like him when he was younger. His dad was a special effects artist who was disliked by Hollywood.
Did he like touch some women or something?
I don't know.
Hashtag Me Too thing. Was he part of that?
Yeah. But his dad had like this special like paste that he used stuff that he wasn't supposed to use in it, but it worked better. That's why he kept using it
for like prosthetics and stuff.
Yeah. And then later on, that actually ties in because...
Is that the chemical that turned him into Clayface?
Yeah, his dad dies and he gets in this horrible accident and he's like, I can't be an actor anymore because I'm all fucking disfigured. And then he goes to clean out his dad's apartment and he sees the stuff there and he's like, oh, I can go back to looking normal.
I think I remember this from the animated series. Like, didn't they do I think they might have done a Clayface origin in that.
They may have.
This sounds so familiar to me.
But yeah, it's a very cohesive story. Everything kind of connects well, and it gives you a little bit of the feels for the character as well.
The feels or like the feel?
The feels.
Like, so you I feel good about him.
Yeah. You kind of. It's not that you sympathize for him, but you're like you understand where he's coming from.
Yeah.
Let's see. In the previous story arc, there was a character called Glory, who was from his past as well, who kind of got affected. You see her backstory as well. Clayface is the reason she became... I forget what they call her, but she's basically like a female version of Clayface, not as like monstrous though.
Call her a horse slut?
Yeah, she's part of like this victim syndicate thing that they were doing, where they're
whiner babies.
Yeah, where they're like, oh, it's your fault, Batman. You're supporting this in the city, and blah blah blah. It's your fault. We're all victims. That type of shit. You see her backstory, and you get to see. I can't remember. Basil, I think his name is. Clayface's real name.
Sounds like a butler.
Batman kind of tries to convince him that he doesn't have to go towards this violent life of crime and that he can testify against this chemical factory that's kind of been experimenting on people that kept trying to make more clay, and that's how he ran into Batman because he was trying to steal more clay.
Yeah.
So you see him make that drastic choice to stay with crime. I'm gonna give that one a 9. Even though it was a 9, I'm still not gonna follow in with the story. The next story, I should say.
That's so high.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep an eye on. I like Batman a lot, so I'm gonna keep an eye on like what the story arcs are. If there's like a Joker story arc or something that piques my interest, I might hop back on. But the next one's called like the Trial of Batwoman, and I'm like, this is still too closely tied into that storyline, and I just don't care.
Yeah.
Next one is Dark Knight's Metal number 5. I've been waiting for this one for. This one did not get put on back order. I was waiting for that Hawkman one forever, I remember.
You posted that on the IG. You were so excited.
Yeah, oh my god, dude.
You were super excited.
Yeah, but you've been watching these separate groups of the different Justice League members. They all had different things that they were trying to accomplish. And they each get really close. Like, they're about to finish these tasks in these. And right before they finish these tasks, I think they call them the Dark Knights. Basically, the Dark Universe versions of Bruce Wayne and some of these other Dark Universe characters. They kind of been following them and letting the heroes do their dirty work and find these things that they were looking for, like the nth metal or other things that would have helped them defeat them. And the Dark Universe characters turn it into a way that helps them rather than the heroes. And basically, you see the heroes put in this position of just being absolutely hopeless. Like, there's like every time that they find something that's going to help them, that it's immediately turned in the opposite direction. And at this point, like by the end of this issue, there's still like no hope. Like, the end of this issue is Wonder Woman back on Earth. Wonder Woman and Hawkgirl by themselves back on Earth against like this endless horde of Dark Universe Justice Leaguers. So like they're trying to create that feeling of like absolute no hope for these characters.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big part of what this story or what Scott Snyder's trying to get through with this story is that like no matter how hopeless things are seeming, that you still kind of have to look for that small glimmer of light.
Yeah.
No matter what. Some of the other things that happen in this comic are real cool. Like Martian Manhunter is finally returned.
Is he black?
He's whatever he wants to be. He's a shapeshifter.
I wasn't saying that despairingly. Like,
yeah, you're trying to remember what he looked like.
Yeah.
No, he's green. He's a Martian.
Oh, you're an asshole.
Yeah. Dude, I was pissed because I was just online browsing the internet. Now, comics don't come out till Wednesday, so I think you would think it would be safe to browse the internet on Monday night and not see comics or spoilers, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm browsing Newsarama. Have you heard of Newsarama before?
Is this website that has news, right?
Yes.
That's a lucky guess, baby.
I'm browsing on Newsarama to see what's up with the week, and like right there, big bold title, Martian Manhunter to return in this week's Dark Knight issue. I'm like, what?
Why would they do
that?
Why would they do that?
And dude, I was even reading online people who didn't read that. They're like, "Oh, it was such a cool surprise." I'm like, "What the fuck? It's not fair." But yeah, that was fucking bullshit.
Didn't you used to be like far more of a like didn't really mind spoilers in movies and stuff?
Yeah, I guess so.
Am I like rubbing off on you?
Yeah, I think you've introduced me to the non-spoilers and how cool they are.
To be surprised.
Yeah, I mean, I still like to like follow like what the rumors are and everything.
Yeah,
but this wasn't a rumor. This was flat out them saying this is what's going to happen. I'm
this will happen.
There's been like I don't know much about Plastic Man, but there's been this Plastic Man egg that keeps being referenced and alluded to. I don't know what the fuck it was about. They kind of explained it more. that Plastic Man was kind of being affected by the nth metal that gave him his powers. So far to the point where he had to kind of just conceal himself and shut himself off from the world.
That's a dumb name, right? Plastic Man.
Yeah, I think he's
saying glass.
I think
dude.
he's supposed to be a really goofy character, though.
That makes sense, then, I guess.
Dude, I'm gonna take this out. No, I'm not. All right, I'm too much work. But some of the artwork on like some of these panels are just amazing. Like Greg Capullo is always amazing, but he even more so blew me away in this issue. Like there's a scene where like Wonder Woman's like she thinks she's won, and then because they're looking for Hawkman's mace, and she finds it and she grabs it and she's happy she's got it, and then the next panel is just Wonder Woman's bloody crown hitting the ground, and you see the Batman Who Laughs standing over her holding the mace. It's just you were so happy for like a second, and then it just instantly you're like, wait, why? And then there's like a page of an ad, so I'm like, now I have to flip the page. I know it's like it's not really that suspenseful to have to flip one page, but like when you're going from panel to panel, and you're like, fuck.
Well, I mean, you're reading a comic is different than watching a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything else in here. Yeah. All right, that was it. 10 out of 10.
I was going to say 56 Sparkle Dogs.
10 Sparkle Dogs.
Oh my god, that's the perfect comic.
Perfect comic. Next one, what time are we at here?
We're 26 minutes.
Are we good?
Yeah, how many more do you have?
2 of them are filler, so two of them will go by quick.
All 3 of them.
Cool. I have Teen Titans issue number 16. Marv Wolfman came back. He was one of the writers for New Teen Titans back in the 80s.
I thought that was the name of the character at first.
Marv Wolfman wrote the New Teen Titans and kind of popularized the Teen Titans back in the 80s. Kind of set them up to be who they are. He's the one who put like Cyborg. I think he created Cyborg. I think he created Starfire. I don't think he created Beast Boy. He created Raven. But he's been going around revisiting some of these characters. Like I'm gonna review in a second Raven, Daughter of Darkness that he's writing.
Yeah.
And then he came back to do this filler issue for Teen Titans that's a Starfire centric issue.
There's something about Teen Titans where like it instantly I don't know what it is. As soon as I see Teen Titans, I'm like, yeah, I don't know what it is about. I don't know if it's something where like I saw a cartoon of it that I thought was dumb, but anytime I see Teen Titans on anything, I'm instantly not interested, and I don't know really why. I don't know what it is. It's like a bias against the whole thing.
You're not really a fan of anime, right?
No.
The cartoon wasn't anime, but it was
style.
It was a very similar style. Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. All right, go on.
Yeah, but he's been like revisiting all these characters, Starfire, Raven. I believe he's going to be writing he's going to be picking up on the Cyborg series, which was thought to be ended, but they're going to. It's really weird. They're picking right back up at the issue number that they left off on, but with a new writer. Normally they restart at number 1.
Huh. It's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, this was a very, very uneventful. Like I said, it's a filler issue.
Keep talking. I gotta plug this in immediately.
You got it.
I'm pausing it. Stop talking.
Okay.
That was scary.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, in this issue, the Scions are a species that originally tried to capture her in like the first few issues of the New Teen Titans. Whenever he was writing it, they come back and they try to capture her again. So let's see, it was really weird. There was this fight between Starfire and Beast Boy. It seemed really forced. Because all Beast Boy did was like lean over and like whisper something to Raven, and like Starfire got all butthurt that like that he wasn't asking her. But then again, he was like he did say something stupid. I'm like, why would you phrase it like that?
I mean, Starfire is a woman, right?
Yeah,
that makes sense then.
But so is Raven.
Yeah, but I mean, I get why she would act like a dumb bitch.
Oh, okay.
She's a woman.
Oh, yeah. But so, yeah.
No offense.
Yeah, but Beast Boy says something to Raven, and Starfire's, like, all pissed off because he didn't, like, say anything. Like, he kind of kept it from her. Like, he leaned over and, like, whispered it. I'm like, that's fucking weird. And Starfire got all self-conscious and, like, just flew off, and that's when the Scions captured her. Beast Boy and Raven come in. At first, they're possessed by some, like, virus thing that the Scions were in control of. And then, I don't even remember. It was kind of, I don't know.
The Sparkle Dogs are piling up for this one.
I mean, it was still like a fun one-off story, but like it was just kind of really weird writing.
Yeah.
At the end, Starfire like asked like what they were talking about, and Beast Boy's like, "Oh, I was just asking for advice on my dating profile from Raven." I'm like, "Okay, that's what this was all caused by." It was dumb.
Is him and Starfire fucking or something?
No, they're just all buddies. Care? Yeah, I don't know. It was weird.
That's dumb.
Yeah, this is like a middle. I mean, I still liked it because it was like fun in a very wholesome,
not very good, well written type of way.
In a very Teen Titans-y kind of way where it is kind of like it does focus on the friendship between the group and whatnot. So I'm gonna put it in the middle of the road 5. It's nothing special.
Okay.
Like I said, it's a filler issue, so I don't expect like gold from it.
Yeah.
But on the topic of Marv Wolfman, he is writing a 12-issue miniseries called Raven, Daughter of Darkness. This was a really cool issue. Raven's one of my favorite characters, especially on the Teen Titans. I'd say she's my favorite character. But this is this kind of shows you a little bit of Raven's life outside of the Titans. She has she's living with her aunt and uncle, who are also they have a baby of their own as well. I feel at some point they're going to be in some sort of danger where she's going to have to save them. That seems a little tropey and obvious, but whatever.
Makes sense. Sounds like some WWE writing right there.
Yeah, but you see Raven hanging out with like other kids her age that don't know that she has superpowers, which I've never seen as the Raven character. Normally she's always with the Titans. So it's really cool to see her outside of that Titans element. But yeah, she's like hanging out on a beach, having a bonfire with other kids her age. She's just trying to be normal. Keep in mind, she's the daughter of this demonic. He's pretty much the devil himself, Trigon.
Yeah.
So being normal is like really fucking hard for her. But that's what she's trying to do here. She even says she's trying to be normal, like someone who wasn't born in a different dimension. Let's see. But she gets some sort of... She's an empath, so she can sense when someone's in distress. And she gets this feeling that about this girl who escaped from some government facility that can cast illusions. So there's a really cool illusion between her and what she thinks is Trigon.
Yeah.
And then she realizes it's an illusion. And the subtitle for this one, there's like when you're watching a series, like each episode has a title.
Yeah.
Is called The Girl with the Anime Eyes. So like the last page of this, like you don't see this girl's face the whole time, and it's just like this girl like with like no mouth, like no nose, just big fucking. You see anime characters, big fucking eyes. So I'm interested to see what that character is all about.
Ugh, anime eyes are dumb.
Yeah, I mean, it's not written in an anime style. It's just she has big eyes. I'm giving this a 10 because I just fucking loved it.
Holy shit!
Yeah. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be picking up more of that.
That's a lot of that. That's a 10. Is it because of the big eyes that made it a 10?
Yes.
Queer.
Big for the scale of her eyes diameter in inches. What
the fuck? I don't know what that means.
So I've noticed, I'd like to make a statement and kind of defend myself here. All of my comics are DC comics. I don't know why. It's just I guess I'm not like trying to be DC favorite here, but like
hey, DC's comics are better and Marvel's movies are better.
Yeah, it just kind of works out that way. Like I'm gonna keep buying Deadpool comics even when they're bad, just because it's Deadpool. I'm biased towards Deadpool.
I like how the only Marvel comic you said is bad.
Yeah. Well, this particular one's not great, but like it's a lot easier if you have a smaller comic book store. It's a lot easier to find DC comics, Marvel comics, bigger Image comics, or like just comics that are more in more popular demand. If you're going to a small comic shop,
yeah,
they're not gonna waste their money buying comics that no one's gonna buy.
Makes sense to me. Supply and demand, baby.
So I don't have a lot of exposure to smaller indie comics. Just I mean, I've tried, and even like the Image comics that are bigger, I've considered hopping onto, but for some reason I think it's a lot harder to hop onto them. Just because, like, most of the Image comics aren't, like, pre-established characters. It's easier to jump onto a series if you know about a pre-established character.
Yeah.
Rather than, like, if I was, like, to start reading Saga in the middle, I know nothing about Saga.
Yeah.
So...
Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to jump onto something in the middle, but it won't happen. So I'm going to keep an eye out for more, like, not Marvel or DC comics and try to get something in here, but... This is just how it works out.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, the last thing I have to review is just a filler issue of Deadpool. Literally the entire issue was a conversation between Rogue and Deadpool. It advanced the plot none.
Sounds good.
It was all just relationship, like a relationship. I don't even know what to call it. Builder. I don't want to say relationship builder because it sounds like they're a couple. They're not, but I mean, it was still entertaining because the whole time he hits on her, it's really funny to watch. She throws him through like a fucking like truck that's filled with seafood. Just normal Deadpool banter. Yeah, it's a very, very standard filler issue. There's nothing special about this. Maybe we'll see Rogue come back in the later issues, but yeah, I got nothing from this.
Let me see this.
It's only a 4.
4 sparkle dogs.
4 sparkle dogs. It is kind of cute that he's picking a flower, like the "she loves me not" type thing on the front.
Yeah. That's kind of funny.
It's cute.
At least you went out on top this week.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, that's that, right?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, cool.
Are we done?
Yeah, I guess so. Hey, to keep an eye out for our weekly episode, drops every Sunday. Then we'll have some mini episodes throughout the week.
Sure will.
And you guys you have to read every single comic that Gable reviewed. Or else you can't listen next week.
Yeah, do what you want.
No, that's not what I said.
At least go out and start reading Metal, and then Raven's going to be an easy thing to jump onto since this is the first issue. Don't jump onto Detective Comics. That sucks. Tom King's Batman's good.
What about Clockwork Orange or whatever it's called?
I think dude. What about No Justice? No Justice is going to be coming out.
That's what I hear.
Yeah, Scott Snyder is going to be doing an event after Metal called No Justice. That's going to lead to him writing the flagship Justice League series. I do like Christopher Priest's series that he has going on right now, but it looks like it's going to be ending.
So is our podcast.
Yeah.
Nope. I mean, like this episode, I mean.
Yeah, it is.
I didn't mean all of them.
Yeah, next week I think I'll have Batman and then Justice League for you guys.
Those are some good ones.
It's just 2. It's going to be a quick one.
Oh my goodness. It's going to be a 10-minute episode. Alright, well that's it. Just go to the YouTube channel, subscribe. Breakroom BS. Links to everything. Instagram's Breakroom BS. Twitter's Breakroom BS1. Go to SoundCloud and stream or download it. Breakroom BS. Breakroom bullshit. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, well let's... At the end of the episode, we can hear him putting stuff in a bag.
Look at that.
That's how you end it, baby. That's how you end it with drama right there.
See ya.
See ya. Bye.